Welcome back to the workshop once again, and I am looking at HOLMSIDE once more. Where we were last time was I had just got it running on air. Let's give you a demonstration of that. Now, when I put it in reverse, a couple of people mentioned on YouTube that the valve gear was knocking. Now, let me turn around and show you a bit more. Yes, the valve gear is knocking, but the reverser has gone beyond the last notch. If I take it back to the notch, it's lovely. So, I think I'm going to make a bigger spacer behind that to stop the reverser coming so far, and the same at the front end actually. So if these spacer pins, these spacers here with a bigger diameter, then that won't happen and it will run nicely. It's still got a slight knot, but there is still a little bit of slack in places, but let's go slow, see if we can. Can't quite see what's causing it. Maybe a little bit of slack in the die block, I'm not sure. But I think I'm happy with it. And when it gets notched back even further, I mean that's almost in mid-gear, it goes all together. That's the second notch. That's the end notch. So it is only in very full gear. So while we're at this end, I have already played around with these two taper pins from the draincock linkage. They were quite loose and a lot smaller, so I've just opened them out bigger, got rid of all the slack. They're now tight, and then we can turn our attention to connecting the draincocks, and then I think we're done. So I've taken as much as I can off to keep it together, so I've got a bit of movement. Moved it to the back, or front rather, measured that gap, written it down, did the same to the back, went underneath, measured the gap, again wrote it down. At the back it was about 1/4 of an inch actually between the actual reverser and between the rod and that spacer, and the front one was about 210 thou. So what I might actually do is put something onto the back of the and front of the reverser. Let me show you what I mean. So if I were to put, certainly on the back, if I put something on there, that would stop it going, or on the front, that would stop it going too far forward. On the back, I could take a notch out of the middle of the latch and do the same there, or go just underneath it, because the hole is in line with the bottom of the slot. So yeah, I might need to take a little notch out the middle of that, but it won't come apart easily because it's all riveted together. So I do need to think about something. Maybe I can make something that's stepped, like a piece of angle. But certainly, because I've got to put 1/4 of an inch in there, that would go over the top of it. I'll do something and I'll let you know what I've done. So what we've done, got a bit of square quarter. I have machined the step in the end and then machined it thinner. It's thinner so that it is a little bit thinner than the reverser, and the step should go over the latch. So now I'm going to cut a short piece there and then another piece for the back side, and then we might just tack them on. So proof of the pudding is in the trial. Go right to the front and the latch just drops in the slot nicely. So time to do the same on the back, on the front. I keep calling it the back. Oh, I felt like on the forward side it looked like a bit of a ugly lump on the front of it. Not that you'd see it much, but I decided to put it on the inside of the quadrant anyway. So now, full forward, full back, drop straight in the slots. And it doesn't look too bad. You can barely see that. So with the loco up on end, I can easily get to the draincocks and the draincock linkage. Now, it's not connected at the moment because the draincock arm is a lot lower or higher than the drive link going to it. Now at the same time, in the tin there was a new set of draincocks, or a different set of draincocks. However, as there's two different designs there, and working out which hand is what, there'll be one of each on each side. I've decided not to use them. There is also a set of extenders. So I'm going to take all the draincocks out, put these in the bottom of the block, and then put the draincocks back into these, which should step it out enough that the drive arm lines up with the link bar. I'm also going to put the arms on the inside so that that pretty much lines up with it naturally anyway. And we'll see how that goes. I have loosely assembled one draincock, but I personally don't like how much hexagon there is there, so I might just set them up in the lathe and turn it down to a size that hexagon on the draincock sits nicely on top, but it then isn't hexagon until you get to the cylinder block. So I'll do that now on all four, and then we can assemble them. So there we go, it's all set up in the lathe. I've just taken a bit of a cut to make sure on the diameters. It looks good like that, so we'll take more of a cut along, take this back out, take more of a cut along, and then do the same with the other three rather. I can leave the tool post set to where it is, just change the spacer, just take one cut up to the same, roughly the same spot each time, and we'll be good. So there we go, that's them fitted, just for the draincocks to be added into them. But before I do that, I will find out from George if he wants the lever forward or back for open and closed. So I'll be back very shortly from my point of view, but from your point of view, I'll be back now. Right, I've managed to find a way that these two have gone on at the right orientation. That one's gone on to the back one at the right orientation, but when this one's gone tight, it's the wrong way round. It's about 180 degrees wrong. So I'm going to take it out. I'm going to put I might try different washers actually. I've got a copper washer behind the spacer, so I might take that out and try another washer in there, see if that makes a difference. Lovely, so that's gone tight at just the right spot. I've just got to put the link arm in at that side, much like I did this side. I did have to put a slight bend in this one to make them line up with the two holes. I'm yet to see if it all works nicely. At the moment it's not going forward enough to open properly, but we'll see if we can work something out with that. We'll see what the other side's like first, because it might mean making a new arm for the side. Well then, with that side on, I've got the same issue. They're coming to about the same place. So, they need to go further forward than that. That's definitely shut, but it needs to go to about 45 forward for them to open. So what I might try and do is take that nut off, see how much further it needs to turn for them to be fully open, and then I could either make that bar a little bit longer, or I could pull the taper pin out, set it to the open position, set them all open, and then re-drill through, spin it round, and then ream it out with a tapered reamer and put a new bigger pin in. Now as it happens, if I find the lever, there is a little bit of play in that pin anyway. So we're probably going to open that out to get rid of the slack. Oh, I've just pushed it through anyway. So that one's looking at. But yes, we may well move it along slightly, drill it, re-drill it, and re-taper pin it. But let's have a look. Let's see what's occurring. Right, during the editing process, I have noticed that I didn't mention, I discovered the taper pin there had not been pushed fully home, so that was why it was a little bit loose. Once I pushed that home, it went tight, so we've left that where it was, and we're looking more at the extending the arm. So I've tried with a micro drill to prove when they open, and that's where they want to be open, both sides. So that is how far short that arm is. I will measure that, and then I'll probably actually cut and splice this one. I think that's going to be the easiest way. Okay, so I have extended that. I cut it, welded in a piece, and put it back together. We're now getting full opening in open, or certainly opening. I can put a drill bit down every drain cock. When I go shut, there's a bit of flex in the lever, and it turns out, after a bit of investigating, it's that knuckle. So I think there isn't enough clearance inside the clevis for the arm. So that's going to come off, but it might be once the engine's back flat, because I can't easily get in there. But the drain cock's done. So hopefully I've been able to use some of the video I took last night. The pub over the road was playing music, so I'm hoping that the video I took, the copyright on the music doesn't interfere with me being able to publish it. But we are now at the stage that the drain cocks are all finished, and I think I'll leave it at that for today. The last thing for me to look at is the lubricator pot, but we will deal with that next time. Let's just have another look at it running. So we are running on air, and then drain cocks open, drain cocks closed. Now, if it was me in the design of this, if I was doing major work, personally I would have the waste shaft out, and I'd put a longer lever on the, not the waste shaft, this intermediate shaft for the drain cock linkage. I'd put a longer lever on here to get more movement down at the drains. because that is closed and that is open. Ideally, for full opening, they should go a little bit further forward, but you'd expect them to go 45 degrees back when they're closed, but they're only just getting to past vertical. So I think that really wants more movement on it, but that's what it's got. But if I was building a new engine, I would think about adding extra leverage to give more movement. So there we go. That's the draincocks sorted on this. Come back next time and we will discuss the lubricator and the plan I've got to help him run for longer. So thanks for watching. Please do subscribe, like, tell me what I've done wrong. I'm sure I've done something that isn't to some people's taste, but it's only by sharing the ideas and sharing the different thoughts that other people can work out what works for them best. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back.